Hey, shalom, shalom. Before I get started, as always, I want to give all praise unto our power, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations and blessings to the hopeful elect that is scattered throughout the four winds of the earth, that believe wholeheartedly in the true doctrine that is being pushed throughout the four winds of the earth, who are in hope of mercy and salvation in these last seconds of Esau Edom's rule on the planet Earth. All right. Um, this video here will be a in the news type video. Um, prophecy. Salakia / prophecy watch. And what I have here, I have this article from the People's Voice, and as you can see, the title: America's top, excuse me, oncologists warn 6 billion. All right, jump shot will die from cruel and unusual cancers. All right, and when you look up oncologist, this is basically a doctor or scientist, a studier of tumors, one who studies tumors. All right. Um, this whole video is a great informative watch. It's only 16 minutes, but you have this looks like a Moabite, maybe Ammon. I'm not gonna play his portion because he uses um, terms that will get the video taken down. But I will place this video in the description box for you to take heed and check it out for yourself. Um, but I am gonna play this guy. I think he only says it once, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna catch it when he says it, and I'm gonna hit that button. So and Lord will, it ain't picked up. But yeah, as we read the title, all right, that's a lot of people, all right. That is a lot of people, all right, that took that, what, all right, and the way he explains it, not just the Edomite, but this Moabite, all right. And one of the things the Moabite says, it's basically it keeps him up at night for what he's discovered, all right. And it's no longer, there is no conspiracy to it, all right. It is what it is. It's basically what he said, and it keeps him up at night because his thing is to try to rid the body of um what was put in it 4 years ago. All right. So let's take a look at this, and then we're gonna get some scriptures. All right. And see where the spirit takes us. All right. So let's check it out. Now I clipped like the beginning of what he said because he says that, as you can see, and he's talking about the doctors in Canada. He's saying the doctors in Canada, 99.9% of them lined up to took the jab, and a lot of them are dying off. All right, a lot of them are dying off due to these what they call in turbo CANCERS. All right, you're gonna hear them say it. All right, it's what they're calling. That's what they're calling, and it's happening in young people. All right, people that were going to medical school and this, that, and the third, but cancers that are rapidly destroying people in less than a year. All right, and all this information is starting to come to the forefront by these officials. And a lot of you Israelite leaders that told your congregation it's all right to take this, all right, you're going to have a lot of blood on your hands, man. All right? And a lot of you leaders took this. I remember Captain Tazariak went on, I believe it was Sarnetta, and he said he took it to show y'all how strong he was. Now, if he did take it, and he's not a member of the elect, hey, it's going to be, if it's not already in him, and getting ready to, sit him down. Same with Nate, which I believe he took it. All right. I believe a lot of these leaders of these other groups took it because they weren't warning their people not to. They either said, go ahead and take it if you have to. All right. Go ahead and take it. They were online showing you that they were taking it. General Yohana was saying, take it because they telling you, basically he was explaining like it's reverse psychology. All right. So go ahead and get it. That's what Yohana was doing. All right. So all these leaders, man, and the people that follow him, if you listen to them, okay, you more than likely in the bad case right now or gonna be in the bad case. All right. Because these devils concocted a potion, all right, that's very deadly, all right. And there's all kind of articles coming out on this. Matter of fact, let's pull up another one just to show you the many amount of articles they dealing with this. Look at this one, all right. RFK Jr. unleashes bombshell. Jump shot, autism link proven. All right. All you women out there that, you have sons and you take them to Esau to get his, jump shot. All right. And then he's no longer the same child. That's because that jump shot, is blocking his neurons, all right, in his brain, and he's seeming what they would call slow, or they call it autism now, all right, but it's really the effects of the jump shot, all right. 27% higher flu risk among the jump shotted. All right. Groundbreaking study. Jump shots alter in ways linked to, you see? See, all this information is coming out now. All right. Let's see. See if we can get a few more. Just to give you, to show you that there's the one I'm going into right now. All right. Just to show you, just because they ain't talking about it, and things you may seem normal. Pretty soon, like the scriptures tell us, death is gonna reign. All right. That's pretty much it. We ain't gotta go too much farther. All right. Look, here we go again. Study. Jump shot linked to rapid genetic changes. Oh, I'm gonna have to check this one out. I missed this one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check this one out for certain. I'm gonna Go and click it. All right. And I'll place all these little links. Well, this one's a read, so you have to read this one. I'll place these links in the description box. You can check them out yourself. All right. We can't do too much, because you know how Esau do with his, flagging videos and whatnot. But it's going down, man. All right. It's going down. I wouldn't be surprised if this summer we see a great number. I'm talking great numbers of DEATHS, man. All right, due to this serpent juice that most of you people took. So anyway, let's get back to this one. I don't want to, keep you too long. So I'm gonna play it from here. All right, and just listen to what he's saying. Okay, listen to what he's saying, and this is, without them activating or sending off frequencies to burst those nanoparticulates or those capsules that are within the vascular system and the body of the people who took it. This is without that. So imagine when they send that out, on a grand scale. All right. Let's say like there's another protest, like there has been. All right. Like these protests that went on. Salakia. I'm a little all over the place, but let me, I want to show you these protests that was happening. All them crowds of people. Okay, like that. All right, and you see, and this happened in America this past weekend. All right, where you had a bunch of protests. All right, throughout Babylon, the hands-off protests against DJT and his administration. Now, just imagine if they were to send out those melodies to activate what's in those jump shots, because the people are already in tennis. All right, I did a video on that a while ago. All right, so we in a time to where that great judgment is very near and around the corner, man. Great death. All right, so let's listen from right here, and then we'll get those scriptures. Scriptures. Fast forward it. Salakia. Okay, here we go.
Well, as I started looking at the sudden deaths of Canadian doctors, I realized, yes, most of them are dying from cardiac issues, heart injuries, cardiac arrests, dying while jogging or swimming, dying in their sleep. And Dr. Peter McCullough has talked about this extensively, about the myocarditis and the damage to the heart, the scarring to the heart. And then some were dying from blood clots, pulmonary emboli, strokes. But then there was quite a large subset of doctors who were developing extremely aggressive cancers. And cancers at an age that they shouldn't be getting. So, for example, there was a doctor who developed gastric cancer in his 30s. Presented at stage 4, he was dead in less than a year. Very rare brain cancers in young individuals in their 20s and 30s, medical students, medical residents. And these cancers would always present at stage 4, and they would always kill them in a matter of a few months, and it was always less than a year. And, at first I didn't know, what the term for this was or what the phenomenon was. I just started, really paying attention to it, tracking it. I then, realized that this is being called turbo cancer by people on social media. Turbo cancer is not a medical term, but it's a term that people came up with to really describe the extremely aggressive nature of these cancers in the COVID vaccine. Behave completely differently, unlike anything I've seen before in my career. And I've diagnosed over 20,000 cancer patients in my career with cutting-edge PET-CT, positron emission tomography imaging, CT, MRI, pathological correlation. I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen stage 4 breast cancers presenting in women in their 20s. I've never seen stage 4 colon cancers presenting in men and women in their 20s, 30s. Leukemias that will kill you in a matter of days or even hours after diagnosis. Lymphomas that, again, kill you in a matter of months.
It's no... The Pfizer's...
There you see it, all right? And this is just... That was just his portion. This whole... When you watch the whole thing from... I mean, it's crazy the information that, these different physicians from around the world are bringing out, all right? But you don't hear none of this on your... You ain't going to hear it on your mainstream media. You ain't going to hear none of this nowhere, all right? You got to go to these alternative medias. And, of course, we marry it with the scriptures, all right? So what this devil did when he rolled that thing out, all right? He went on a mass murder spree. A slow murder, but faster than, a fast, slow murder, if that makes sense. Let's go to the book of Revelation, the 9th chapter, all right? All right, Revelation chapter 9. And I start at 20, but the key point I want is the 21st verse, all right, because it deals with sorcery and murders, all right, and that's exactly what Esau, Edom did when he rolled that thing out, all right, and this is why we call him the devil. Revelation 9 and 20, and the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver and brass and stone and of wood, which neither can see nor hear nor walk. Neither repented they of their murders, all right? Because by telling the people they got to take that if they're gonna lose their job, this, that, and the third. Can't see your parents in the hospital. You couldn't go in a hospital unless you would cooperating, okay, and cooperating by taking the serpent juice. All right, so that was murder. What does the word murder mean? Let's get that. Let's look up this word murder. All right, because this was premeditated, man. All right, and this we talking decades ago. All right. All right, the word for murder, phonos. All right, phonos in the Greek, which means murder, slaughter, be slain. Okay. Let's see. Let's look it up on the Edom. I know it's premeditated, right? Unlawful killing of another human being by a person of sound mind with premeditated malice. Okay? That's Esau. Okay? Secret killing of a person, unlawful killing. And that's exactly what this man's jump shot did. It's secretly killing the people of the planet Earth. All right? As you heard them, people in their 30s, women in their 30s, stage 4 breast cancer and things of that nature. All right, like, and that's why he called it turbo cancer. It's aggressive. All right, because Esau Edom concocted that, man. Okay, and who gave them the technology to concoct it? The Most High. All right. So he's done. He's been played, and he's played his part. All right, and the time is coming to where things are going to rapidly speed up. All right, and we're gonna see these people drop dead out here in these streets. All right, that's gonna be a reality. Trust and believe that, man. We're gonna see people, acting in an aggressive manner. All right, being controlled by whatever program he put inside of it. All right, because it is technology. All right, it's not. I'm saying it's technology that these devils were able to, nano size. Okay, I mention always the documentary called Unnatural Selection. All right, on Netflix. It'll explain everything you need to know when it comes to this jump shot. All right. So anyway, back at it. Neither repented they of their murders nor their sorceries. All right. Let's look up sorcery. Okay. Which goes back to the Greek word pharmakeia. All right. Which we've brought this out many and many a times. All right. Pharmakeia goes back to the word pharmacy. All right. And where did you get those? Where can you go and get that jump shot? Exactly. All right. All these legal drugstores Esau calls, like Walgreens, Rite Aid, CVS, even the private pharmakias or pharmacies. Those are all dope houses, legit ones. All right, where you can go in there and refill your drugs, painkillers, whatever, and you can get that serpent juice. Okay. When this thing first rolled out, it was all kind of videos. People sitting in the waiting room, waiting on whoever they came with after they took theirs, and passing out, convulsing all over the goddamn place. Okay, because of the type of technology that's in that juice. So as we pharmakeia, the use or the administering of drugs. All right. This is what this man has done. He has turned the healthcare system into a weapon. All right, or the healthcare industry. It's been weaponized against mainly the Israelites, but in the scheme of it all, everybody who trusts in this man. All right, he's weaponized health against you. Okay, poisoning, sorcery, magical arts often found in connection with idolatry and fostered by it. And he got that technology from the left hand, doing left hand magic. All right, okay, because the complex way that jump shot was put together, there is no way that's just his mind concocting that. Nah, this man is dealing with the left hand, and the Most High gave him this, all right, by Satan, in order for the Heavenly Father's word to come to pass. All right. All right. Again, medication, pharmacy, i.e., magic. All right, and this is left hand magic, sorcery and witchcraft. Because when people start dropping, all right, and there's news coverage of it, and it's the scare is out there, that's gonna be the magic behind it, because they're gonna blame it on something other than what it is. All right, to put fear in the people. Okay, and when these things happen, you got to know and understand what time it is, man. And this is why we do these videos. All right, knowing is half the battle. All right, knowing what the hell is going on, and Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai has given us his secrets. All right, matter of fact, let's get that real quick. Okay. This is the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 7. Surely the Lord Yahweh will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. All right, and it's the prophet's job to give you the message of the Heavenly Father. All right, and this is why we do the videos. All right, concerning this is why we told you not to take the jump shot. All right, we didn't say if you got to do it. No, we said shit. If they gonna fire you, get another goddamn job. You know, and a lot of people that got fired from their job, a lot of them are getting paid now. All right, because lawyers are picking up those cases, and these companies are settling. All right, and all the information that has come out. All right, the whistleblowers and whatnot. How this thing has messed people up, and this, that, and the third, and these companies were forcing it. Man, people are getting sued right now. Companies are getting sued because of this. All right. So again, let's go back. Let's go back to the scripture here. Finish it out. All right. It says, neither repented they of their murders, premeditated. All right. Decades in advance, they had this thing ready to go. They showed you in the movie Kingsman, the Golden Circle. Everybody that was messed up. The villain chick, she already had the cure. All right. But she caused, everybody that took the certain drug, she laced it, with where people were getting sick. And once the people were sick, she was like a super villain. All right. And then she had the cure for it. All right. Which was another jump shot. All right. It says, nor of their sorceries, all right, which is the administering of the drugs, all right, nor of their fornication, nor of their thefts. And that's ultimately all Esau, Edom, man. He ain't repented of nothing he's done. And that's really from his time in the ruler seat, all right? Coming back from going all the way back to the Renaissance era, all right? He ain't repented of none of those things he's done. And we know what he's done ever since the Renaissance era, man. And he's still doing it, but he's trying to do it under the guise of his technology to make it look like he ain't do nothing. That's the sorcery. That's the magic, left hand witchcraft that he's pulling out here, man. All right. Okay. Let's get the book of Isaiah 47. Isaiah chapter 47 and I'll read 11, but the key point is 12. It says, therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth. All right. And like I said, it's going to come a point to where it's going to be major unaliving here in Babylon the Great. And it's going to seem like it's a dis-ease, but we know what it is, okay? This is why we do the health videos as well, so you can, keep your body healthy, as much as possible. All right. It says, therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth. Evil means a bad time. Okay. And this whole chapter is dealing with Babylon the Great. Okay. And mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now with thine enchantments, meaning the wicker, the left hand energy this man has been using to get to where he has gotten. All right. And with the multitude of thy sorceries. Okay. This is his MO. Okay. Wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. All right. Meaning he's been tapped in with the left hand ever since. All right. He's been in the power seat. This is what gave him the power. Being tapped in with the left hand. Okay. If so be thou shalt be able to profit. If so be thou mayest prevail. Meaning the Lord is going to take away those left hand angels. All right. He going to snatch Satan from this man's hand, his power. And he's going to be taken out. All right. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. All right. The Lord going to snatch all that left hand energy that this man has been doing. He going to take it away and then leave him naked out there as a man. And then his judgment is going to come. Okay. But before it does come, what he's already done, all right, it's going to take place out here. Let's get that in the Apocrypha, and then I'll close it out. Right, because the scriptures speak about great death. I believe that's in 2 Ezra 16. And when the scriptures say great death, it literally means that, all right? Meaning the death to be so great that there will be no picking up the bodies, because it's going to be too much. And the fear that's going to be out here is going to be crazy. All right. 2 Ezra 16 and 18, it says, I'm going to start at 7. Let me go back. I'll start at 17. It says, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows. Remember, Yahweh Shai spoke about the beginning of sorrows in Luke 21, Matthew 24, Mark 13. All right. Yahweh Shai spoke about the beginning of sorrows. And we right here at the door to where it's going to be major sorrow out here. We in the time with the uproars of the people. All right. The cruel Lord. All right. The sorrows are just about to begin. Okay. And great mournings. Great mourning, that means great crying, weeping and gnashing of teeth. Okay. Great an abundance of it, man. Not just, you see a few people here. No, you're going to see great mourning. Okay. The beginning of famine. Okay. That's coming. All right. You got those EU nations warning their people, their citizens, to stock up at least 72 hours worth of food and water. All right. The beginning of famine and great death. Okay. This is what's coming. The Bible has said it. All right. Great death is upon this place and upon the planet Earth, because he shut the whole earth down 5 years ago, when this thing rolled out, man. Okay? Great death is about to reign. The beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, and what shall we do when these evils shall come? We're going to call on Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. All right? Okay, because the Lord said, call upon me and I will deliver thee. All right. The Lord said that others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. All right. That's what we're going to do in these times. Lord willing, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ratazah. All right. He keeps his Holy Spirit upon us all. All right. Us true believers, the true worshipers. Okay. Verse 19, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. So everything that the Lord is sending, all right, because this serpent juice, it's going to be chopped up in the plague category, all right? And it's going to be, a great plague, okay? The article stated 6 billion, okay? That's a lot of people, okay? And they're already being unalived off, all right? But just imagine, like I said, when they actually hit them melodies, them frequencies that's going to activate and burst those capsules within people's bodies, all right, to where they going to start bleeding out of their orifices, all right, and just falling over and through, okay? Because by now, those jump shots, let me see, I think it's on the other one of these ones, but it showed you, and I did a video on it, couple years back, the technology that's within it, it grows within the vascular system of the body, lining it with the technology to make the whole body antenna, and it gets to your brain with the liquid crystals. All right, I believe that's what they call the liquid crystals. All right, and you're able to be read on a Bluetooth device. Okay, this information is all out there. Okay, so you can imagine when they do send out that the signal from these ELF towers that's everywhere, and people out, and they are triggered. Okay, watch the movie Cell. All right, watch the movie Kingsman. All right, they show you that the technology is there. They have it. Okay. Did I finish that? Yeah, that's it. I finished that. All right. So, like I said, man, great death is gonna reign. All right. The scriptures speak about stumbling upon corpses. Let me see if we can get one more real quick. Yep, Nahum 3:3. Okay. The horseman lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain, a great number of carcasses. All right. And there is none in of their corpses. This is that great death we just read about in 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter. Okay. They stumble upon their corpses. All right. And I remember I mentioned, some of these people are going to be acting in an aggressive manner, all right, towards each other, towards other people. And this is the horseman lifting up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, which are these modern day weapons, your AR-15s, your M16, all right? This is what Nahum saw, okay? This is what Nahum saw when he saw what the Lord showed him in the vision, all right? And then he said, and there is a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses, and there is none in of their corpses, all right? They stumble upon their corpse. It's going to be bodies on top of bodies, All right. This is what the Lord has prescribed for Babylon the Great. All right. And like I said, knowing is half the battle. We know what the Lord is getting ready to do. So therefore, the wisdom and knowledge that he's bestowed upon us is going to keep us stable in our minds while the rest of the world is going buck wild and ape shit crazy because of the things that they're going to be seeing on the earth. All right. Isaiah 33:6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Okay? By us knowing what the Lord bestowing his knowledge upon us, man, we got the cheat code. All right? We have the cheat code through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, to where once these things start happening, once they really let this technology flow and do what it does, the wisdom that the Lord has allowed us to understand and we've accumulated, we're gonna be stable in these times, man. All right, and you gotta believe that. You gotta, hunker down and if you ain't already, you ain't confident in the Lord, you don't have that confidence, all right, that faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, to, if this was to happen, you don't know how you would act, you got to do some fasting and praying, all right, because this is coming, all right. You're going to see loved ones, people people at the job, whatever, all right. This is coming and there's no stopping it, all right. So with that, Lord will, this was edifying and exhorting and informative to the hopeful elect, giving all praise unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and we on to the next video. Shalom.